I worked with a client company once that made a hire in an accountant role. So they hired this accountant, and this accountant, ironically, was terrible with detail. And one day the owner exploded to me. He said, I got our P&L or our profit and loss statement, and I knew it was wrong. And I'm not an accountant, but I took it home and I worked through it, and I realized our accountant forgot to add in taxes. So he came in the next morning and he confronted her with it, and she was quite flippant, and she said, oh yeah, taxes, that's not a big deal. That's just a drop-down box. And he said, excuse me, you're our accountant. It is a big deal in your role. Well, they worked with her in frustration for a couple of months, and they ended up letting her go. And after they had let her go, he said to me, the thing that frustrates me most is that she came with a glowing reference from her last place, and he mentioned where she had worked last. Well, I knew the company that she had worked at last because he mentioned the name, so I didn't say anything about it, I just kept it to myself. And the next time I ran into the CEO of the company this accountant had come from, I asked her about it. And I said, hey, this accountant worked for you. Can I just ask you a quick question? Would you rehire her? And she said, I don't really like to talk about it. I said, would you? And she said, well, probably not. And I said, no, am I mistaken, or did you give her a good reference to another place? And she looked kind of embarrassed, and she said, boy, I hate to say this, but yes, I did give her a good reference, and that was the only way I could get rid of her. It was part of her termination package. I said, we'll pay you some severance and we'll give you a good reference if you'll just leave. And so she did. So you have to beware of those references. When you're doing your reference checking, ask detailed questions and find out if the person really means it or if they're very lukewarm in how they present that reference. Don't believe just anything that's told to you. Why reference check? Well, because you've heard me say this before, the best indicator of future performance is past performance, and past bosses know the truth. It's your job to uncover it. I sometimes think of an interview as like a blind date. So now we've been on the blind date, you've heard about the relationship from one party's perspective. Now I want to hear it from the other party's perspective, and that's what reference checking is. It's hearing about the other side of that relationship from the past boss. Who do you want references from? This is important. I want references from one source only, and that is past direct supervisors. Not cousins, not aunts, not uncles, not former lateral coworkers that they worked with closely, not their subordinates or their best pals in grade school. I just want to know what their direct supervisors thought about them. So it's very important that you get this right, because often a candidate will offer up a character reference. These are of no value to me because all of us can find someone in our life who will speak kindly about us, our spouse or a friend or something like that. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for real-time data from the direct supervisor. So here's the questions that I ask in a reference check, and it's important that you ask them the right way because this can be a very tricky area. So the first thing I ask is, what were the person's biggest strengths? Now, any reference that you talk to, they're delighted to tell you the person's strengths because even if they didn't like them very much, nobody wants to submarine someone's career. So they'll talk about the strengths, that's fine. Then I ask, and it's important that you ask this the right way, what were some areas for improvement back then? So here's what I say, look, we all change and grow. I know that this person has changed since back then, but what were they like back then? What were some areas for improvement back then? Recognizing that maybe they've grown since then, but I want to release them from thinking that, well, I don't want to say anything because I wouldn't want to hurt them in getting a job. But I'm saying, no, I just want to know back in a period of time, what were they like back then? And you're going to get much more honest responses. Then I ask, how would you rate their performance out of 10? This is an important one because I believe that if I get a response of 8, 9, or 10, they would probably rehire. If I get a response of 7 and lower, probably it's a sign that they would not rehire. But again, people are nice. They don't want to say negative things. And finally, I just ask, so would you hire them back given the chance? Now, can I just say another word about the secret code? If you're not listening for the secret code, you're going to be in trouble. And the secret code is like this. Yeah, I would hire them back if I had the right job for them. Okay, how would you score them? I'd probably give them a 7. Were you happy with them? Yeah, they did a fine job. This is secret code that says, I don't want to submarine this person, but no, I'm not happy with them. So I want people to be over the top saying, man, if only we could have gotten them back, they were amazing, but we couldn't keep them, or they moved, or whatever it was, or man, I don't ever want to see them on the lot again. I believe those two. That mushy middle you've got to be careful of.